What is your favorite mistake?
Well, I have many, but my biggest one is that when I moved to Chicago after I graduated college, I found myself, accomplishing everything I set out to accomplish, but I wasn't happy. And I met a guy who was working for the company that I was working for. He lived in California, I lived in Chicago, so we were doing a long distance thing. And I decided to move to California for him so we could develop a deeper relationship. And within less than a month of moving there, I found out that he was a cheater and this kind of thing. And so I was there in Northern California. I had no friends, no support team, nobody. I didn't know anybody. And here was this guy that I had moved, to Northern California for. And so that was such a mistake. And yet that's when I met a friend of his who was a hairdresser and hairstylist. And when I got my haircut from her, that's what led me on this path 25 years ago, because she had this effervescent joy about her. She was so different than anybody I had ever met. And I finally just asked her, I said, "What do you do?" And she told me, "I meditate." And I thought at that point in my life, I never knew anybody that meditated. I thought, a person that meditates is like a guru sitting on top of a mountaintop somewhere with long beard, right? Oming in a yogi position. I mean, that's what my filter was for someone that meditated. And that conversation, and she introduced me to her meditation teacher, that whole completely changed my life. So that was my best mistake I have ever made, is moving to Northern California for a guy.
And I'm sorry that turned out that way, but I guess what makes it a favorite mistake is that something good came from it.
Absolutely.
This introduction, not just to a new friend, but I guess to new ways of looking at things, as you've written about and talked about. I was wondering, maybe if you could elaborate a little bit on, what your initial career path was out of college. You describe, finding success but not being happy. Why was that the case?
Yeah, so I always knew I wanted to make my own money. I came from a family that was pretty dysfunctional, and when I would say to my mom, when my mom and dad would get in an argument, I'd say, "Well, why don't you leave him?" Like my sister and I would encourage her to get a divorce, and she's like, "I can't. I don't have. How am I going to, take care of myself? I don't have any money." And so for me, at a young age, I knew I wanted to make my own money. And so for me, it was about getting into sales and marketing, because that's what I was told from the successful people around my mom and dad that said, "Oh, you need to do sales and marketing." So I went to college for a marketing business degree, ended up getting an organizational communication degree. But I did get a job. My very first job out of college was I worked for a liquor company. And boy, did I have fun as a 22, 23-year-old, going around the city of Chicago, having to go to bars and restaurants and hotels, meeting managers, throwing Seagram's parties, doing these kind of things. And then I quickly got promoted by one of the suppliers for the liquor company, which was a wine company. So my job was literally to meet the managers and owners and F&B managers of all these different, amazing hotels and restaurants and bars, and go and eat there on the company's dime. So I always say I ate my way through Chicago, right? Ate and drank my way through Chicago. And so, but I succeeded. I got promoted very quickly. I was very young. I was 24, and I had literally the whole region of the Midwest for this wine supplier. And so a lot of success, a lot of recognition, a lot of accolades, but I just did not feel fulfilled. I was empty inside. And I felt like, wow, is this really all there is? I have accomplished so much. I went to college, I got a degree, I've got a high paying job, I've got money in the bank, I've got health in my body, and I was at one point engaged and broke off my engagement, so it's like, why am I not happy? And it's just, I didn't have an inner connection, but more importantly, my mindset, and this is what literally shifted my life when I met my meditation teacher, is that I was so in lack and limitation. My mindset was focused on, it's never enough, it's not good enough, I didn't do enough, I didn't make enough, I'm not enough. I was very critical in my thinking, very judgmental, not only about myself, but everybody around me, God, the universe, I was like in a boxing ring with God. And if you're having that going on inside of you, it just, no matter what you accomplish, no matter what you create, if that's happening internally, you're never going to feel good. And that's what was happening with me.